Hi everybody, Carol here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making card number 5 of 10 cards from the Simon Says Stamp July kit. And I'm going to start with this die from the April kit. You may have seen this before. It's a rain boot with tulips coming out of it. And I've gone ahead and run it through my Big Shot machine, and this is what comes out. I used black because I love the silhouettes, or silhouettes period. I started to say silhouettes of flowers, but I love silhouettes. And I'm going to use the flowers on this. I took it off to the trimmer and cut it. And so you can see the part I'm going to use. I'm just going to use the flowers. And then I'll also use that little flower that is down at the bottom of the boot. And so I'll show you how that all comes together in just a second. I'm going to use these bright colors, yellow and red. I love them together with the black. And so I'll have the measurements for all this. There are the measurements of the card all total, and I'll have how I break it down with the different colors on a sheet of paper, and there it is. And I'll have a still shot of it in just a moment so you can look at it better up close. So the red goes down on the yellow. I've already put Tombow Mono Multi Glue on the back and let it dry, so now it's repositionable. As you can see, I pull it up and pull it down and tweak it and move it around, and that's the beauty of that glue. And I'm just showing with the ruler that I come down about 2 inches, I believe it is, from the red to put this strip of black, and I'll have the measurements of that too. Now you'll see as I go to put this down, the black comes up short, and so I had not really measured that accurately, and I thought, well, I'm just going to trim the red and the yellow down, and we'll just have that be our measurement of our card. It's just about a 1/4 of an inch there, maybe just an 1/8 even, and I'm just showing that's what you can do. You can be flexible, right? So there are the measurements if you want to pause that at some point, and but you don't have to make it exactly my measurements by any means. So now I've got another strip of black that's going to go at the bottom to be a base for these flowers. So I'm kind of having to see how to place that exactly, and that's where they go. And so I'll cut out 2 different boots with the flowers, and so I'm placing them down, and there's a little single flower, and one of them was also a cut apart. Like right now I'm cutting this one apart and to fill in, and so I don't like the spacing, so I go back and I start moving things around. I put the little one that takes up the least amount of space down there and put these 2 together. Well, I didn't like them because they were the same exact shape and looking in the same direction, so I just turned one over. And so then I'm putting down this strip of black for the base of the flowers, so they'll look as if they're just coming out of the ground. And so I left that red showing, but not to worry, I have another piece of yellow to go across the bottom that covers up the red strip. Now this, again, the beauty of the repositionable glue, it didn't I didn't quite line it up straight. It wouldn't matter as far as the flowers or the ground goes, but I needed it to tuck under the yellow strip, so that worked out just fine. And so then I had also die cut, and you saw in another video, if you've seen all these videos, how I cut out these honeycombs. There's a die in the kit. This particular honeycomb is from copper, metallic copper paper, which I just love. And so then some bees, some more bees. I have colored many a bee in this series, but here are some reddish, there's another copper, reddish rust colored honeycombs, and then another copper. And what's fun about these is they have these flat edges, so they're easy to interlock, either line up against each other or put one down into a nook or a cranny there. And so I played around with them quite a bit to see exactly where I wanted them to go. Then I start playing with the bees, and if he's pointing one direction, I think he looks better there or whatever. Then I move that honeycomb over so that I could move the bee over. And then part of my film didn't take where I had the bee word, the sentiment, be yourself. But anyway, I'm showing you, I'm mounting it on foam tape to give it a little dimension. And be yourself. You've probably seen me stamp that in the other videos. And then coloring of the bees, the yellow and orange on the face and on the stripes, and light blue for the wings. And then I put another little honeycomb up in the right hand corner, which I cut it apart and made it smaller, as you saw that. And now I'm just trimming off the overhang and the excess, and not much of it, but want it to be even. And so when I flip it back over, you'll see that honeycomb that I chopped part of it off in the upper right hand corner. And then I'm going to put another yellow strip at the top. Not necessary, but it gives it, to me, a finished look, and more of a frame, top and bottom. So they'll be the same, in the same dimension. And as I said, just give it a nice little frame for the whole look. And that's it. It's a simple card. It's a large card. You could definitely cut it down, no problem whatsoever. But if you wanted to use this as an art journal page, or if you had the bee theme going in, say, a child's room, and you wanted to frame several of these, I think they're frameable. Just not as fine art, but just as cute art and colorful art. And so that is the way it looks, all finished. Again, I love the silhouette tulips, and bees do like flowers, and especially the ones they get nectar from. And so I'm flipping this up a little bit to try to catch the glimmer on the copper paper, those three pieces. And I don't know if you could see it. It's pretty subtle, but it is a pretty look. So I thank you for joining me. That's pretty much it. There'll be some more videos at the end that you might want to see. Oh, and I did want to show you that you could mail this in one of these big envelopes. You would possibly want to buy a white one instead of the manila here, but it fits in nicely. It's totally mailable. You might want to put some chipboard type cardstock behind it to give it some support. There's a white one, but that's a really large one, and really too large for this piece, but I just wanted to show you it's a little more elegant looking to mail. But anyway, and again, you don't have to mail it. You could always hand it off to somebody as far as that goes, and write a note on the back or on the inside. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed some other videos at the end, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like to do that. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.